So for this video, we are going to talk about how can integers be multiplied and divided. We're teaching multiplying and dividing together because they follow the exact same rule. So our first thing says, each month Ian pays $10 for his music subscription. How is his bank account being impacted each month? Okay, so if he's paying for that subscription, that means that his bank account is being affected negatively. Okay, and it's being affected negative $10 each month. So it says he decides to stop the subscription after 3 months. By then, how much has his bank account been impacted? What do you notice about this number? Okay, so it impacted his bank account negative $30 at this point. Okay, we notice that it's a negative number. But it's also 3 times 10. So integers can be multiplied on the number line too. Okay, so it says begin at 0 and then show 2 groups of negative 3. Okay, so if I start at 0 and I'm going to do one group of negative 3 and then I'm going to do another group of negative 3. Okay, so this shows 2 times negative 3. So then it says, what do you notice about the product? Okay, again, it's a negative number. So it says, predict the solution below. Remember that a negative sign can be interpreted as the opposite. So 6 times 7 is 42. 3 times 11 is 33. 8 times 6 is 48. And 9 times 4 is 36. So these problems, you've seen these before. These are problems that you learn in elementary school. A positive number times a positive number. So if we look back at these two things, okay, both of these had one positive number and one negative number. Okay, for example, in this one, we needed negative 10 3 times, and we got out negative 30. So we did 3 times negative 10. In this one, we wanted the number negative 3. We wanted it 2 times. Okay, both times we did that, we ended up with a negative number. So if I do a negative times a positive, it's going to be a negative number. Oops, that's not what I wanted to write. Negative 48 and negative 36. Okay, this column is exactly the same also. It doesn't matter which number is negative, as long as it's one number is negative, one number is positive, your answer is going to be negative. Okay, this column is a little bit different because we have 2 negative numbers. Okay, so what you need to know is 2 negative numbers, when you're multiplying and dividing, make a positive. So sometimes that really confuses people. Why do 2 negative numbers, when being multiplied and divided, why does that make a positive number? So I want you to think about it this way. When I was paying for my car payment was $140 every single month. Okay, so I had $140 coming out every single month from my bank account. Say my dad wanted to be nice and he said, hey Tori, I'm going to pay your car payment for 6 months. So that means that he took 6 car payments away from me. So now that is 6 car payments that I don't have to make. So if I multiplied those two things together, give me just a second and we'll multiply them. Okay, so 140 times 6 is $840. Okay, so what that means is my dad took those payments away, so that's six less payments that I have to make. So that means that I now have $840 more than I would have normally had. So that's a positive thing in my bank account. So he took away payments that I was making. So my payments were a negative amount. Him taking away 6 payments, that's a negative thing. But it results in a positive thing because now my bank account has $840 more than I would have normally had. So it says, what conclusions can you draw about multiplying integers? Okay, so it says, we're going to say same signs. It's a positive answer. Different signs. It's a negative answer. Okay, so the rules for multiplying and dividing integers are the same. We multiply or divide the two numbers. If the signs are the same, the product or the quotient is positive. If the signs are different, the product or the quotient is negative. So it says, remember, if the dividend is 0, you will have an undefined answer. Okay, so that means that if the first number that you're dividing by if that is 0, then it's going to be an undefined answer. Or if you were looking at it inside the house, if 0 was inside and 2 was on the outside, 2 will never go in there. So that would never happen. But none of your problems will actually be like that on this paper. Okay. So we're going to do the first row together. So 5 times 13 is 65. Okay, both numbers are positive, so our answer is positive. 9 times 2 is 18. We have 1 positive, 1 negative, so our answer is negative. 42 divided by 6 is 7. 1 positive, 1 negative, so our answer is negative. 9 times 9 is 81. Both numbers are negative, so our answer is positive. Okay, so I would like you to do the rest of these problems, pause the video, and do the rest of these problems. When you're done, unpause the video to check your answers. All right, so that is the end of this video. You can go over and you can grab the quick check that says how are integers multiplied and divided.